all of you and a heartfelt namaste. I, Anuradha Sharda, would like to thank all of you for watching my videos, writing in your comments and your suggestions. Today, I'm going to talk about the transit that is going to take place in some months from now, that is Jupiter transiting into Capricorn. When Jupiter would transit into Capricorn, it would also be conjoining the Lord of Capricorn, Saturn. The Lord of Capricorn, Saturn, is said to be a very strong planet. It is said to be a Karmkaraka, an administrative planet, and it, according to many, provides a lot of challenges and it also gives restrictions. My view on that differ a bit. I would say that it gives us a boundary, a periphery on which we can work. And Jupiter is the Karaka, or it represents wisdom within you. It gives you the ideas and expansion. Jupiter is the money that we see, the financial acumen that we have, and the happiness that we get. This is a very beautiful combination because when ideas meet administrations, a lot of things can happen. And if there is anything in the zodiac which can be termed as a financial sign, Capricorn is it. So, in this sign, when the planets meet, there is definitely going to be very strong financial repercussions of financial beauty that can be seen. Another thing that we should know is Jupiter gets debilitated in the sign of Capricorn. But there is a niche bhanga here because according to the texts, when Jupiter or any planet is posited in its sign of debility with the lord of that house, in that case there is a niche bhanga. But we would also know that niche bhanga can happen only when there is a niche or a downward flow happening, and then that downward flow would stop and the planet would start giving good results. In this circle, we see that Jupiter, it would remain throughout its tenure in this house of Capricorn, in the sign of Capricorn, with Saturn. So initially there might be certain glitches for everybody that we know in the financial world. There could be certain readjustments, but on the whole this would be a beautiful phase because then economy the world over and for people in general should start picking up. Also, we should understand that it is not going to happen in one go. Why? Because this sign of Capricorn is a Prishtodaya sign. Prishtodaya, the one that gives results in the second half. So probably when Jupiter moves past 10-15 degrees, because Jupiter gives its results in the middle of the sign. So when Jupiter goes past 10 degrees, we would be seeing a steady growth in the economy to happen. So we could be expecting a change, a lot of changes in economy after March. So when we move for the Aries Lagna, we see that for the Aries Lagna, Jupiter is the ruler of 9th and the 12th house, and Saturn is the ruler of 10th and the 11th house. And we also know that Rahu would be aspecting this conjunction for the entire period of time. Rahu is all about newness. And so there would definitely be some sudden new changes in your business. You could be putting in some traditional implementations there, or you could also have to make certain amount of expenditures relating to your business because Saturn would be aspecting your 12th house. Again, this combination has a direct aspect on your 4th house. This idea of balancing your work and your home can be a little challenging for you, but the planets, whenever they throw their aspect, they make it possible that you also find a solution to it. So there is definitely a solution. It is just needs a little looking into. And now you also would see that the 6th house would also become active for you with the Jupiter's aspect. In such a case, it is important to pay heed to your finances and make sure that all that loans that you have taken are in proper order. Timely payment, repayment of the loans and the payment of the interests should be made, because Rahu also would be aspecting that area. And in case you do not make the timely payments, then you would definitely get into a soup, because the sixth house is the house of prarabdha. Also, this would depend on the month Mercury is transiting over the sixth house, or for that matter, over the 11th or 8th house. And then when we talk about the remedies, how do we counter such remedies? Well, this is a very easy to do remedy, because Saturn represents the feet. Jupiter is also the ruler of the 12th house. So it would also show the feet of elders. And 10th house typically represents your mother-in-law, or it represents your boss. So if you would be dedicated to them, or at least show a lot of reverence to them, spend something on them to make them happy. Third house from Saturn can also mean your ability to extend a friendship, a hand of friendship, your ability to sort out documents for them. These things would go a long way into making any obstacles that come in your way dissolve. Let's not forget, Saturn is also the Badhaka for this Lagna. So if you want to overcome these obstacles, these small things, unseemingly insignificant things, these will work for you. When we move on to the Taurus Lagna, this entire play is happening in the ninth house, and Jupiter is the lord of the eighth house and the 11th house, placed in the ninth house. And Saturn is the lord of the ninth and the 10th house in the ninth house. So it is definitely a yoga karak happening here. Jupiter, which is a very auspicious planet considered to be, is sitting with the yoga karaka and is increasing the value of the yoga karaka. As I said earlier on, though it may be debilitated, but it gives great effects in Capricorn more than it does in Sagittarius. So this is a time when your practices, your hard work, your sadhana of the last year would have paid, and your ability to understand deeply a lot of things, especially the scriptures, or the inner meaning of something that you have been searching for, because Ketu was also in this house, would give you great insight. With Rahu also moving over your lagna, the time for change, the time for getting something new and to fix things up is very strong. This is happening in the ninth house. The ninth house, as we know, is a very auspicious house, and also the fifth is being aspected. So we can well say that this is a time when your luck will give you things suddenly, because Rahu, as I have always maintained, shows, and it's written in the text, shows certain activities. So suddenly you might come across very many new things. Mantras may take place in your life, may show their effect in your life. Be open to those and be humble, because Saturn again is old. Jupiter is the guru here in the ninth house, and touching the feet of the guru, getting the blessings of the guru, being in touch with the elders will give you a lot of because this is for your lagna also, this is your badhak sthana. So these people can pose a lot of threats for you, but if you touch their feet, if you're humble and nice to them, these very same obstacles become small tiny pebbles that you could be able to cross quite easily. So don't be afraid of venturing into new territories, but keep your eyes open, and there are a lot new changes, beautiful ones that may seem difficult to be overcome, but you will be able to overcome them. Just don't go into an uh, egoistic fight or clash with anyone. With Rahu and Jupiter and Saturn, there can be trouble brewing if you move into a egoistical zone. With the Gemini, it's the eighth house of other people's finance, eighth house of sadhana, eighth house of change and transformation, Eighth house of um, of total movement into your deep study, and it is also the eighth house of inheritance. So not all that bad. Yes, it could also be the eighth house of prolonged illness, but that simply goes on to signify, and Rahu in your 12th house. So yes, it is important for you to take good care of your health, do a lot of fitness, move into deeper sadhana for your own self. When you do that, you will be able to overcome quite a lot of issues, because Saturn, the planet which is sitting in the eighth house, rules that house. And as a fundamental rule, no planet which, even the worst of the malefic, which sits in its own house, destroys its own house. In fact, it protects its territory. So you will have the ability to come out of any ill health or any problem that you have, provided Saturn says discipline and Jupiter says reverence. So if you revere the problem as something that has come to teach you a lesson, and then apply discipline in your life, it's quite easy that the eighth house of obstacles can be turned into eighth house of transformation and sudden luck. So this and what is the remedy here? The remedy here is the feet of the Ishta Devata, because Guru generally is representing your Ishta Devata and Saturn is the feet. Eighth house is also the feet of your Guru. So here, if you can just hold on to that faith that you have, no matter what, you will be able to move a lot of mountains in this year. When we talk about Cancer Lagna, for the Cancer Lagna, this is all happening in the seventh house. For the Cancer Lagna, Jupiter is the lord of the sixth house of discipline and the ninth house of reverence, as I said earlier, ninth house of Guru, preceptors, elders, your Bhagyasthana also. And Saturn is the lord of the seventh and the eighth house. Seventh house is your partner's professional and personal, and Jupiter and Saturn, eighth house represents your money from others. It represents your inheritance. It also represents your innate belief system, as I have explained for the previous Lagna. So happening in the seventh house of Pada Prapti, where you're likely to find a position in the society. As I said right at the beginning of this video, that if you are able to hold on for some period, because this is a Prishtodaya sign, the sign which rises from the back, so there is likelihood that it may not show right at the advent, right in December. These results will not be apparent to you. It could be apparent after Jupiter crosses 10 degrees or so. And also when uh, Rahu from the 11th house is aspecting this 7th house, your Kamasthana is very active as of now. So it's likely that there's going to be expansion in your circles. You may be getting a lot of business deals from others, and you could also be getting a lot of uh, communication. You would be needing to make a lot of communication to others. So be open in your communication. These ideas that Jupiter throws to you, pay some strong, because it's the ninth house also, so you might be lucky enough to get a lot of inspiration, because the ninth house is also the house of inspiration, and Saturn aspecting it gives you a great opportunity to concrete, to make these inspirations and these ideas, turn them into a concrete plan. And when you do that, you would be always moving ahead. Now, how do we take this? See, Jupiter is here, especially in a female's chart, represents the husband, and the eighth house, husband's money, husband's family. So there, when you could be a little more comfortable with them, you could extend your comfort zones into their lives also and make things comfortable for them. It's most likely that anything that poses as a threat to you is going to become an opportunity for you. So and For a man, the Jupiter and the Saturn could represent the boss, and it could also represent the elders. So if you make things for the elderly, if you are willing to listen to what they have to say, communicate properly with them, because it is happening in a kamasthana for you, you would be able to go a great way ahead and make life great deal easier for you than you would have ever thought. We move on to the Leo Lagna. For the Leo Lagna, this combination takes place in the sixth house of Saturn, where Sat of Capricorn, and sixth house here is has the tendency of Jupiter, which is the lord of the fifth house of your luck, Purva Punya, and the eighth house of transformation and changes. Saturn is the ruler of sixth house of habits, Shadripus, that is the six enemies of the human beings, and seventh house of Padprapti, professional personal partnerships, seventh house of association with others. So here we see that when this Jupiter is when this Saturn and Jupiter combine in the sixth house, it gives us a fertile ground to implement a lot of policies for our employees and get a lot of benefits from our employers. The caveat here is that one needs to be disciplined in the sixth house, and Saturn also represents the sixth house, making it fundamentally more strong because it is in its own house. It is the karaka of this house. So here Saturn has an upper hand, and it states that when one is disciplined, one follows the administration, one uses the best administrative policies and knows how to work really hard, the gains, the unlocking of your Purva Punya is not far behind. So first you need to work hard here. First you need to test your mettle and your boundaries, implement those ideas in converting them into hard work, and then see how they materialize and expand in your life and give you a position to reach once Jupiter moves into Capricorn. The sixth house is all about food also, because this is an earthy sign, and this is a sign when the retention of food in our stomach. I would suggest that for people who are very fond of eating, because the crocodile is also very fond of eating, I would suggest as a remedy that eat good but eat in short meals. Why? Because Saturn contracts. Jupiter gives you a huge tummy, but then it can also give you a tummy ache because Saturn is also contracting. Eat good food, eat food with a lot of butter, ghee, clarified butter, and sweets, but then eat in small quantities at a time, so that you do not have the digestive problems that the sixth house can show you. On the other hand, since this is also the house of prarabdha, giving food, because Jupiter also, as I said, represents bananas, it represents your sweets. If you give sweets to the old and the elderly, Saturn typically is one-eyed old women or lame women. In that case, if you give food to them, they bless you, and your Jupiter, the fifth lord, gives you better and better results. Finally, there are chances of you or your spouse traveling for work, because Saturn, which is the seventh lord, is transiting in the 12th from itself. So it shows travels, distant travels, and it can also show separation from the spouse. As we move on to the Virgo Lagna, for the Virgo Lagna, we see that this entire thing is happening in the fifth house. And where we see that the Jupiter, which is the fourth and the fifth lord, and the seventh lord, conjoining the fifth lord in the fifth house, and Saturn is also the sixth lord. So when the fourth lord and the fifth lord combines, it is a yog karak that is taking place, and that too in the fifth house, the house of your luck, the house of your mantras, the house of celebrations, and the house of celebrityhood. This is a very beautiful phase coming up in your life, and it's likely that you would be having celebrations at home. it is likely that you would be moving into new areas of studies because and benefiting from your past studies, because when we see the fourth house is all about studies. Also, it's also about education. And when Jupiter, the Karaka for education, moves into the house of intellect, it gives you an ability to process all your education into wisdom and intellect and put it forth. With Saturn, it will give you a strong basis and a good backing through which you can always prove your points, your questions, quotes, along with a very strong background, concrete background. So there are chances that you would be coming into public eye because Jupiter is also the seventh lord. Chances that there could be certain issues with partner relating to the child because there's a very strong seventh lord sitting in the fifth house. So this area has to be taken into account and should be given its due um, recognition. Again, sixth lord and the seventh lord, that is both relating to health also, because sixth house is all about health, seventh house is a Marakasthana. Sitting in the fifth house shows that recovery is very much possible. But when is this recovery possible? So as a remedial measure, just one needs to be very, very strong about their health practices. Jupiter gives you a love for good food. Jupiter gives you a love for rich food that takes some time to be digested and is rich in oils, etc. Saturn, on the other hand, can give you problems of the stomach also because it's the sixth lord. It can give you indigestion because fifth house typically is a fire house causing a lot of acidity, which gives rise to a lot of vata or gastric issues. So be very careful about that when you're taking in a lot of healthy, lot of rich food. Again, remedial measure, fifth house is the house of children. Fifth house is the house of your grandparents, and it also represents your elders, your teachers. So I would typically suggest that gift sweets to these people. And again, there are certain amount of administration, certain amount of rules and regulations associated with these people. If you could follow them to the best of your advantage, you will always be doing unknowingly a lot of good remedial measures for your own self. We move ahead to the Libra sign. For the Libra sign, this is again a third house ruler and the sixth house ruler placed in the fourth house with the fourth ruler and the fifth ruler. You would be moving into a new house, or wherever you are traveling, you would be traveling for a long period of time, so that the place that you're staying kind of becomes a home for you. Saturn is the fourth lord, so it may not be a very big home, but with Jupiter around, it could give you a lot of comforts. Your ability to talk to people, to converse, to communicate with everybody makes it very beautiful for you to gel and get a homely feeling with everybody. Also, your ideas, because third house is the house of initiation, fourth house is the house of security, and with Saturn, which deals with giving you results, your ideas of the past have been able to be you know uh, sedimenting effect, and as a result you have been able to get a lot of security out of them. So a lot of name, or should I say connectivity with them. So it is good if you put those ideas, implement them for a long period of time, and reap the benefits in the coming times when Jupiter moves into Aquarius. Saturn is the fourth lord of patience, fourth lord of doing service to the elders, gives you an opportunity with Jupiter into doing service for people who, though belong to the good masses, but for some reason are devoid of some help. So if you are able to do service to the old and the infirm, that would act as a good remedial measure. Feeding the old and the infirm, giving them blankets, probably blankets, people who are lying on the roads, even if you do it for them, giving black blankets, especially because Saturn is black. dark in color, that would also help you a great deal. Again, with Rahu aspecting from the 8th house, the 4th house, there are chances that there might be sudden changes in the home structure itself for you. But these changes on a long run would be transformative, and if they question you about your security, or all of a sudden you come across a very seemingly beautiful secure situation, take a stand back and think whether it is an illusion or is it really happening to you. In this way, you may be saved from making a wrong mistake. We move on to the Scorpio Lagna. For the Scorpio Lagna, this play of the second lord and the fifth lord Jupiter with the third and the fourth lord Saturn is happening in the third house. Let us talk about the third house first to get a very clear picture. The third house is typically called the unlocking of the karma house. It is the house of your bravery. It is the house of your being vocal, your courage, your wisdom also, because here what we see is the planet Saturn sitting with Jupiter. Jupiter is wise. Before speaking, Jupiter would think twice and make sure that it's only the pearls that come out of your mouth. For Saturn, it is the planet of less talk. So generally you would see that people with the Lagna that is with this Scorpio Lagna do not talk much, because it is the house of Saturn, and whenever they talk, they make sure that it is constructive and it has certain value, until and unless this house is afflicted or is uh, is tenated by a very strong planet known as Mercury, which is the power of talking. So here we see that these people are in a place of walking the talk. Whatever they say, they would like to implement. And secondly, the third house is all about change. The third house is the eighth to the eighth. So it brings about changes in you. It gives you the courage to take certain steps, do certain activities that would be instrumental in unlocking a lot of your prarabdha. So this is the time when the two gigantic planets sitting in your third house gives you the ability to work things out in a proper manner. Now a word of caution. Saturn is aspecting it from the Rahu is aspecting it from the seventh house. Rahu is all about intense desires, and the seventh house is all about your house of partners, as I have always maintained and say repeatedly. So when it is aspecting your third house, which is also the house of partitions, it is also the house of your siblings, as a remedial measure, it is very important for you to make sure that you are just. Saturn is just and Jupiter is wise. You're just and wise in your dealings commercially and financially, because Capricorn at the end of the day is a financial sign. So you are very just and wise in your dealings with your siblings, with your neighbors. And if there happens to be a partition in the property, in your you know, ancestral property or the property of your parents, then you would know that this is a time when I have to take very correct decisions, so that in the long run they reap great benefits for you, and there is no love lost between the partners, or for that matter the brothers and sisters. Again, another thing that one should understand here is the third house is an airy house, and is the house of communication. So how you communicate with your neighbors, how you communicate with your siblings would also be a remedial measure in its own right. Saying little, saying just stuff, giving sweets to them by way of your speech, making sure that you are they're happy with you, goes a long way. Also giving good suggestions, helpful suggestions, because also teaching them a few things regarding their business, because for the siblings it's the Lagna. So about themselves or their business, and Saturn happens to see the ninth house. Jupiter happens to aspect the ninth house of the siblings also. So when you guide them properly, talk to them properly, you enforce your third house, and you also make sure that there is a lot of help around available, and your creative powers are such that you could do a lot many things that you have imagined, and probably beyond that. As we move on to the Sagittarius Lagna, the Lagna Lord and the fourth Lord is debilitated in the second house with the second Lord. So, obviously, right as I said in the beginning, there is a Neej Bhang, but for the Neej Bhang, the Neej also has to happen. There could be problems with monetary issues, there could be certain boats that can be rocked in the family business or in the family, but with your fortitude, with your foresight, because Saturn is also foresight, the second house, the house of your moral values, the moral values could you know could be shaken because Jupiter is debilitated. But as I said, this is the place where Jupiter gives more than it gives in the ascendant for you. So if you are able to firmly hold on, which Saturn gives you the ability to, then the moral values are the ones that will take you up north. Again, this Saturn and Jupiter aspects your 10th house and also aspects your 6th house. So this makes sure that your business would prosper with the advent of certain amount of finance. Make sure that there's enough security in it, but the disclaimer is that you have to be nice to certain people. And who are they? They are your employees. For your bosses also, if you would help them in certain manners, say, uh, you know Saturn also is flexibility. Yes, because it is air. When Saturn gets old, when we become very infirm, rather when we stop changing, because Saturn is time and time changes. So when we stop changing, we start growing older, and our bones tend to break much more. So once when you learn to bend to certain things, when you are malleable with your employees and your boss, you would see this second house will bring in a lot of administrative abilities for you. It will also bring in wealth that you so desire. So changing, becoming malleable is the key for Sagittarius Lagna as a remedial measure. For the Capricorn Lagna, this is happening in the Lagna, the 12th Lord coming into the Lagna, and the third Lord also coming into the Lagna, and the second Lord and the Lagna Lord posited in the Lagna. So this is a great time when you can get internationally recognized, and finance from international avenues can come pouring in. Let's not forget the third Lord in the ascendant, aspected by Rahu from the fifth house, definitely enriches your creative power and sudden factor of things happening in your life if you are being charitable, because Jupiter gives you an ability to be charitable, Saturn gives you the ability to be charitable, but silent about it. So silent charities done by you on a random basis, because this is aspected by Rahu, will reap rewards for you. Again, Vivekanand says, let's not do things because we want a return, but if we do them, know that the returns are sure to come. So if you work on that policy, it will be very helpful for you. Jupiter is again aspecting your fifth house and your ninth house. So in such a case, Jupiter brings in luck for your children. You would also be seeing that your children can be having different thought process from you, because Rahu is transiting your fifth house, but handling the situation judiciously and having patience with them, because Saturn associates with the Lagna, so you have the ability to be patient, will reap you good rewards. With Jupiter also aspecting your ninth house, paying respects to your elders is a must for you. This will bring the obstacles that can be created in your path. The 12th house of losses will operate as blessings and will operate as travels for you. So it is for you to decide what you really want to gain and what you can afford to lose. We come to the Aquarius Lagna. The 12th house is highly empowered for the Aquarius Lagna. The 12th house is the house of international success. The 12th house is also the house of charities, as I have just said in the last for the last lagna. The 12th house is also the house of ashrams. The 12th house is the house of letting go and hospitals. So if you are interested in charities and don't really wish to be admitted in a hospital, the best possible way to use this energy for remedial measure is donate to ashrams and to charities. You can be visiting temples, you could be visiting ashrams, you could be going into solitude and going into forests in such areas, but typically near water bodies, because Capricorn is it is a place where the crocodiles live. It is a marshy area, so if you're visiting those areas, this energy would also be consumed. Again, the 12th house shows wastage, but it also shows on account of your family. You could be spending some money, you could be spending money on education, you could be spending money on good food, because Jupiter again is good food and second house is eating. So you could be doing that. It is time for you to invest in your speech, because Saturn is also aspecting that house. When you invest in your dictions, when you invest in your speech, you will be getting in good results when Jupiter transits your lagna, and also when Saturn would be firmly on your lagna. This is a good time for you as remedial measure to because Jupiter is aspecting your 8th house, to revere your Ishta Devta or your Ishta Devi, and it or your Kul Devi also, because it is also aspecting the 4th house of motherhood. Being very strongly associated with your mother, and Rahu traveling over your 4th house, it shows strong bonds with family, with mother, with the motherland that are likely to come up. So when you fulfill these things by paying good attention to them, when you have any event happening, when you pay good attention to these people, it is likely that you will be able to live out those karmic bonds and life will become much smoother. Finally, for the Pisces Lagna, the Lagna Lord moves in the 11th house. The 11th house is said to be the greatest of all the Upachaya houses. And as such, this is the house which gives you great deal of name, fame, money, everything. This is a house where your thoughts, because they are so futuristic in nature, the 11th house is a future house. These thoughts materialize, they find acceptance with people, and this is the house where you gain a lot of name all over. So the good hard work that you have done in your business in the last year, which may seem to be going down the drain because all the of the pandemic and things that has happened will actually now start fructifying, because the Saturn and the Jupiter makes sure that concrete results are available. Again, the 3rd house and the 7th house becomes very strongly active along with the 5th house, and Rahu in the 3rd house will definitely bring in new opportunities with the blessings of Jupiter and Saturn. These opportunities can be perfectly used for good areas or good construction sites of new policies in your workplace, so that you can grow big. Also, the 3rd house is about creativity, aspecting the 3rd house, your creativity, because the 3rd house for you is also a fixed sign and an earthy sign. Your creativity will have very strong concrete backing up. So whatever you create, whatever you have in imagination, wherever your imagination is leading you, please pay very strong attention to it. And with this Saturn Jupiter aspecting that, it is likely that your imaginations will materialize. Again, as a remedial measure, Saturn is also the 12th lord. So it is most likely that you should be giving in charities but not be talking about it. Saturn does not like being talked about. So the moment you end up giving charities, and especially the sign of Aquarius being the 12th house, you can give in charities to certain future projects, to people who do a lot of research, people who don't have money to work on projects which at the end of the day bring in a lot of revenue for everybody concerned. Investing in those projects will also bring you money, because 11th house is futuristic, and the sign of Capricorn really is all about money. So with this, we have covered all the 12 signs, and the remedies that we have given are very simple, ready to use. At the same time, you don't need to put in a lot of money into it, but you have to be consistent in your practice about it, and you would be able to see the results in 3 months. I would like to thank all of you for appreciating, showing great interest in my Nakshatra posts. And I have a course in Hindi coming up on Nakshatras, the second level of Nakshatras from Magha to Jeshta, from the 26th of this month. A free webinar, from the 27th of the month, a free Jupiter webinar in English from the 20 on the 26th is also scheduled for you. So if you are interested, please do write in to us for the link, or you can WhatsApp to us directly for it. Till we meet you again, stay happy, stay safe.